Hi guys, my name is Julag Bayani and I am here to answer the question, how do I become a voice actor for TV commercials in the Philippines? And I'm doing this while putting my makeup on because I have to go to a recording session, so just bear with me. There's something I need to clarify about this question first, because I know that the question is primarily about how to become a voice actor for TV commercials, but the truth is how you become a voice actor for TV commercials is the same for radio commercials, for online ads. It's the same steps basically. So I think the more proper or the better question is, how do I become a voice actor for commercials in the Philippines? And so that I can answer. Really, and I know I've been saying this forever, right? The first step is really to train. I can never stress enough how important it is for you to go into some sort of training before you even think about doing it as a job. Because if there's a misconception that voice acting is about having a nice voice, and that's not true. You don't necessarily need a nice voice to be a voice actor, but you do need to learn how to read a script to be able to do it. And you have to learn how to kind of become a blank canvas for the script so that you could be anybody when you read a script. You'll be able to know what is the script trying to say, what words need to be emphasized, what's the point of the script, what character am I based on the script. There's a team, an entire team that will help you piece together exactly who you need to be. And so you are guided, but as a voice actor, it's also your job to seek those out for yourself the moment you see the script right in front of you. It's like muscle memory in a sense. Like, you have to train yourself over and over again to seek those out so that you can do it quickly. The other reason why script reading is super important is because you need to know how to take direction. And that's not something that you just kind of know how to do. Training and having someone tell you, okay, emphasize this word, slow down here, pause here. Learning to be able to adjust is not something that you know off the bat. And script reading training, it will really help you there, so that when you get in front of a client, it's much easier for you to adjust. Another reason is that new voice actors tend to kind of hate their voice the first time they hear it, especially when they hear it through headphones. Training actually helps you kind of get used to your voice, and believe me, every voice actor hates their voice the first few times. They always hate it. They think it's the ugliest voice ever, but it's really not true. You just kind of have to learn to appreciate what it is that you have as opposed to what you don't have. And yeah, so doing that in repetition helps you kind of really understand your voice. I don't think it's said enough, but in script reading as well, it helps a lot because some script readings are done in groups. So you really get used to being watched, which is a big deal, to be honest, because when you go into an advertising recording, there's usually at least 2 or 3 people with you, and that's minimum. I've had as many as 6 to 7 people in the same room or on the same call because the client wanted to be there, the agency, the producer wanted to be there, the director. More often than not, you're gonna have a lot of eyes or ears listening to your takes, and so you learn how to kind of focus on what you're supposed to do and tune everything else out. The second step would be finding some sample scripts. So yeah, when you feel like you've trained enough, you'll be able to see what kinds of deliveries that you're really good at. So some people off the bat are great as announcers, which is, the voice that really sells the product in the ad. Some people are great in casual delivery. Some people are great in deadpan delivery. Some people know how to sound like a teenager or as a young adult or even a child. So once you pinpoint all of those things that you're good at, you find scripts that can show off those types of deliveries. This is, I guess, partially about, finding scripts that will suit you, suit your voice, suit the kind of delivery that you like to do. And I mean, there's so many to choose from in the world. All you really have to do is just find them and then write down the script and then deliver them the way you would deliver it. An important thing to note is that you cannot, under any circumstances, copy the way the voice actor of that commercial did it. that completely defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do, because samples are to show off how you read it. not how someone else does it. So step 3, after you've found like what deliveries are really good for you and you found scripts, the next step is to record yourself reading those scripts. It is kind of important that your recordings are clean at the very least. I know studio quality recordings may be like a high bar, and that's fine. There's a lot of voice actors in the Philippines who just actually do real work in their closet, because the clothes in the closet, they absorb sound, which really helps. But yeah, the important thing is that they're as clean as possible. If you can go into a studio and actually record it, that's fine. If you can buy a starter mic, a USB mic that's pretty good, and record those scripts in your closet, then that's great. But the point is that you really have to put a little bit of effort in making those samples sound clean. Please do not put your bad takes in the sample, only give your best takes. That's super important, because I've heard that some people put their bad takes in it as well. Don't do that. The clients, your casters, they don't need to hear those. They only need to hear your best take. Step 4. Once you know the deliveries that you do really well, once you've recorded those scripts that will really show off your skill and your voice, the next step is to research production houses and send your samples to them. This does mean that you have to do a kind of a cold email to all of these production houses, because they don't know you. But that's fine, because honestly, the production houses are always on the lookout for new voices to pitch to their clients. They love finding new talent, so don't be afraid to really just try to contact them, even on their general emails and stuff, and ask where you could send your samples to. You do have to consider though that when you send your samples to them and you send that official email where your samples are attached, that this is basically their first impression of you, so you're gonna have to make it good. You really have to write that email and make sure that it's nice and polite, and it really shows that you're super excited to work with them. So yeah, if you want to write out that email and have a friend read it, just to make sure it's professional and as charming as possible, so that they really warm up to you just even by an email. And writing emails is an art form, by the way. Please do so. Really pull out all the stops as much as you can, because at the beginning, your only line of communication is that email with your samples attached. So make it good, make it simple, straight to the point. You don't have to elaborate your life or anything to them. And yeah, just put your best foot forward always, because this is about first impressions now. It is a little bit hard sometimes to find audio production houses, but there are actually plenty in Metro Manila and in the Philippines. Some of them are searchable. There are also Facebook groups that you could look into. If you just scroll through every day, you'll find companies, production houses that are looking for voice actors all the time. It's actually how I started. Every day I just scroll through certain Facebook groups, and once I see someone looking for a female voice actor, I'd send my samples right away. That's how I did it. But just so you guys know, and to help you guys out, some of the bigger or more known production houses that do advertising work, commercial work, are these. And these guys get tons of advertising clients. They're mainly for advertising. So with them, you can search them, see if they have a general email that you could send to, or like on their messenger, you could ask where you could send your samples to, and from there, try to just strike up a relationship with them. So yeah, those are basically the 4 steps. Some things to expect. Sometimes when you send out your samples to the production houses, they'll reply back and say, oh, can you come in for a voice filing? A voice filing is just basically you going to their studio where they prepare a certain amount of scripts for you to read, and they'll record you reading it in your style, and they'll direct you a little bit if need be. It's just basically the studios getting unique samples from you that they can also send to their clients. So voice filings are good. you should definitely do it and go there, because it also allows you to experience the studio firsthand and talk to the casters, the producers who are there. It's a great marketing opportunity for you, and it allows them to see who you really are. So yes, if they ask you to come in for a voice filing, you really should go. And if you're interested in knowing where you can even get training in script reading, that is actually available in voiceactorsathome.ph, and we call it group coaching, which means, one coach will listen to about 6 people, I believe, read scripts. And that's really beneficial because 1, you're gonna get used to people watching you. 2, you get to watch other people deliver it. And 3, because you're watching other people, you can kind of see what works for you, what doesn't in terms of delivery. And those are relatively cheap too. So if you're really interested and you really want to try it, go to voiceactorsathome.ph and look for group coaching, and ta-da! We will help you out. Okay guys, that is it. This is the look. I think it's pretty nice and simple. But yeah, I hope that you guys learned a lot based off of this this video, and I hope it helps you kind of understand a little bit better how to get into the industry and the importance of entering the industry right. We'll be making more videos for voiceactorsathome.ph to help everybody out in terms of being a voice actor. So remember to click like and subscribe to voiceactorsathome.ph on YouTube, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!